Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Carnage. And this movie came out in 2011, and it's directed by Roman Polanski, starring Jodie Foster, John C. Reilly, Christoph Waltz, Kate Winslet. And I've heard nothing about this movie. I just went into it blind. I liked Roman Polanski's previous movies that I've seen, like Rosemary's Baby, Chinatown, The Pianist, The Ghost Writer, and those are the only ones I've seen from him so far, and I wanted to check this one out just to see how it was, and I really loved this movie. I thought it was really great and also a lot of fun, and this movie's a dark comedy, and when it's trying to be funny, I thought it was really funny, and there were points where I was laughing pretty hard, and what I really love is that it's not just relying on the comedy being funny. There's also substance there as well. Like, it's not just saying things that are edgy or things that can be considered offensive in certain contexts, if that's even a word. But there's a lot to chew on in this movie, and I like that a lot about the movie. Like, the characters feel real, and they're developed very well. You get an understanding of who each of these characters are. Like, they feel very well fleshed out, like three-dimensional, relatable, believable, well, maybe not relatable, but believable like characters. Like, you can believe that these are real people, and that's what I loved. And the performances were really great, and I didn't find myself being distracted by anyone. Like, John C. Reilly, he's not perfect in every single movie. He's usually better in art films, so like independent art films as opposed to crowd pleasers. That's just the types of roles that I prefer him to be in. I think he can be really great if he's given the right role. And in this movie, I thought he was great, and he was really funny at points. And Jodie Foster's really good in it too. And Christoph Waltz and Kate Winslet were pretty great as well. And funny enough, I'm reviewing this movie right after watching The Holiday, also starring Kate Winslet. And I liked the music in the movie whenever we did get music, although for the majority of the film, not a lot of music is used. It's mostly just quiet, allowing the scene to just go along on its own, and I thought that was a very effective choice, and it really works. It's basically just dialogue that happens throughout the entire film, and you get nothing but people talking, and it's engaging, and throughout the entire film you're just wondering why Christoph Waltz and Kate Winslet, why don't they just leave? And they keep coming back as if they have something to say or something to prove. And throughout the entire film, it's clear that they don't. And they're just there because I guess they have nothing better to do. And when characters are arguing and fighting, at a certain point, I have to ask myself, what are you fighting for? Like, you're just there talking about nonsense, and it's not leading anywhere. It's not helping anyone. And I liked the idea of just showing how people are in the public eye versus how they are in private. Like, they have to be two different people. And I found that to be very interesting. And as we get deeper and deeper into the film, and by that I mean closer to the end, as the film progresses, whatever you want to say, you get that. And in case anyone's wondering, that does kind of sound like spoilers, but to be honest, not much happens throughout the entire film. And I'm not saying that as a criticism. I'm saying that in a way that helps out the movie. Like, this movie feels kind of slow and like kind of excruciating, but I feel as though that works for the film because in a way I think that's kind of the point in a lot of ways. Just conversations going on forever for no reason. And this movie is also surprisingly short, only like 80 minutes long. And despite me saying it's excruciating long, and me saying that's a positive, and I feel as though it's helped out the movie because it proves like it communicates what it's trying to say very clearly. I never once felt as though the movie was wasting any time. Like anything that happened within the film, I can easily see that being necessary to the story. If that's even what you want to call what's going on. There isn't really much of a plot. It's just mostly people arguing, slowly getting more argumentative over the course of the film. Like, it starts out friendly and nice and fine at first, and then it slowly just gets worse and worse and worse, and that's where everything starts to get even more interesting. Not that it's boring at first. I'm just saying that's how it starts out. Like, it doesn't blow my mind the second it starts. Even though there was one really impressive long take that goes on for a few minutes, and it's just in the opening credits, and that I liked a lot because it gets you right into the story. It's children just acting, but we don't hear any dialogue from any children in this movie, and I feel as though that helps the movie a lot, because having kids who are required to act can be a challenge, and the fact that this movie chose not to have us hear them act, I feel as though it would have affected the pacing a lot. And instead of like letting you know all the buildup that led up to the initial incident that starts the plot, it just shows you right out of the gate what happens, and I really love that choice. And my only issue with this movie, and it's just a personal issue from just this viewing, and I might feel differently about it the second time I watch it, because I would love to see this movie again and show it to other people, because I do think that this is a movie that other people would enjoy. Like, I could show this movie to just about anyone, and I think they'll like it, is what I'm trying to say. But my only issue, for me personally, I felt as though the ending was kind of abrupt. I just wish that it kind of eased you into it a bit better. But it kind of just feels like it ends, and I was like, that could have been done better, I feel. But it's really my only issue with the movie. And that's about all I have to say about Carnage. It was great, I loved it, and I'll be seeing it again. I wouldn't say this is my favorite Roman Polanski movie. I do think Chinatown, The Ghost Writer, and The Pianist are all better, and I still need to revisit Rosemary's Baby, because I haven't seen that in a while. But so far, no bad movies that I've seen from him, and this is another one that I will happily rewatch. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Carnage a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Carnage, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Mystic River. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching, and have a great day.